Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Amanda here, and I am so grateful that you decided to click on to my little video and join me for a fun process video. I am working through the Illustrated Faith Kit Mark Maker, and this kit is unfortunately no longer available in the hard copy, but you can download all the digital content. The beautiful die cuts will come digitally for you, as well as the stickers for this set. If you go to the Illustrated Faith website, illustratedfaith.com/shop, and you can buy this kit digitally, and so you can still work alongside me and the community working through this kit, even though it is sold out. So that is a super wonderful thing. I am working on the Amen Marks devotional, and I decide to go through all of my principles, go through all of my die cuts, and pull out everything that I think I'm going to want to use for this page. I will tell you right now, again, I love all of these items, and so it's very hard for me to hold back and to not just put everything on the page. I wanted to make sure that everything was going to kind of fit in my margin, and so you will see me kind of trim down some die cuts, try and fit some stickers in there, but ultimately the end product was something I was pleased with, and the process was just super fun to work through. So since this part of the video is a lot of me kind of pushing paper around and trying to see where I want everything to go and how I want to fit everything, I just thought I would read a little bit of the devotional from Shauna, just so you can see where this is coming from in Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 21. And she says, I think we can often overlook this beautiful word, or it becomes something that we use almost on an exclamation at the end of a sentence. Can I get an amen? And although that is perfectly reasonable way to use amen, it can hold so many other meanings as well. And then she goes down to say, but I personally relate to how Paul uses it most. Amen as a praise to God. When words fail me, when there just doesn't seem to be anything that can touch the level of gratitude I feel, just falling to my knees, raising my hands, and saying amen is where I find myself. And so I just love Shauna's heart and how she breaks down that word for us, and I think we can relate to how she feels about that word. The word amen is something that obviously when we're doing Bible journaling and when we're worshiping and praying and all of those things, that's a word that we use all of the time. And so just to be able to document that into my Bible, it just feels so good to have that inside. I push the die cuts around and the paper pieces around enough to where I just kind of run out of ideas of how I want to get it all to fit on the page, that I decide, well, maybe I just need to work on a background. And so I pull out one of my stencils. This is just kind of a cardboard type stencil from Hobby Lobby in a pack. And I decide to use my Prima chalk inks to get the design on the page. You will see here really quickly that I am clearly a beginner at this technique. These inks are very, very pigmented, and it kind of smears a little bit. It does not work as well as a distress ink with a blending tool, but ultimately it does kind of come out and get those little marks across the page. I was going to use just the stamp set that came with the kit, but I decided I wanted more of a bigger marking on my page, and so I thought these triangles went kind of well with the theme, and but then I just decide I'm just going to get out my distress inks and do a little bit more with that. And so I bring out this yellow, which is a really, really bright yellow, but it does kind of brighten up the page, even though it doesn't match exactly the yellow that is in the kit. I get into the lavender color as well, and that just kind of brings out the purple in this kit, but it gets mixed with the blue Prima inks, and so it does kind of get a little muddy, but ultimately most of it ends up being covered up anyway, and I kind of try and fix the mixing of the colors through my Distress ink. I think to myself, how am I going to get that scripted amen that I love that's in Shauna's handwriting on my page, as well as the block lettering amen on the die cuts? And so I decide to use it more as a layering piece. So you're going to see that I'm going to stick the amen cluster down at the bottom of my page, and then I am going to layer the beautiful scripted amen up at the top of my page and do something fun with my foam adhesive dots to make the other amen pop out, and that is coming up. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but I wanted to preface that that's kind of how I'm bringing in the amen down at the bottom, and then I'm going to have kind of that same look up at the top with the clear sticker paper. I will link the clear sticker paper down below. I know if you've been part of the Bible journaling community for the last probably year or so, you'll know that clear stickers are kind of my love language, and they're kind of awesome, and everyone in the community loves to use them. It just melts right into the back of your page, and you can see this amen cluster really looks awesome on top of these stencils. It literally looks like that is just part of my page, and I love how that turned out. Basically, I'm just so excited that I was able to get all elements on the page that I wanted to use, and that it actually has kind of a cohesive look. So you can see I just kind of peeled the very edge of the sticker off first just to kind of match it up and see that it's going to fit. And then I put the foam adhesive dots on the back of the word amen, and that's going to lay kind of right on top of it. I get these foam adhesive dots just in the scrapbooking aisle in Michael's or a Hobby Lobby, and they just make the page kind of have a little bit more of a 3D element, and they really just add a little bit of a different texture. You can see I was able to stack that up right on top of there, and then I'm able to kind of slide this grid from the Print and Pray shop right underneath that word amen as well, and so it just makes a cluster on the top of my page. And so it'll say amen marks, and then I have my tab that also says amen marks, and then I have the cluster of amen down at the bottom. And so really the part in the middle is going to be just perfect for my journaling. I make sure to include in my journaling a praise for the Lord that even in my valleys, even in my hard times, that I need to work on still saying amen, because that is sometimes a struggle for me, as I know it's a struggle for many people. And so I just want to just get that in the margin of my Bible as something that I want to get better at, and something that I want to declare to Him that's something that I'm working on. I just am finishing off the decorative elements using the stamp set and some StazOn ink. And I'm just using the little hash marks on the stamp set just to get some more black on the page, because I am going to be using a black pen, the same Illustrated Faith pen that I use for most of my entries and that I used to underline the verse. My first date got messed up and smushy to where you couldn't even see the date, and so I did stamp it a second time just so it was legible and you were able to read when the entry was actually made. As I finish up my journaling, that is going to do it for me today. I am so thankful that you guys tuned in. Make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the little bell so you get notified when I post. And also make sure that you're following me on Instagram at Ro Writes. I try and post on there daily for you guys. I just appreciate all the love and support, and enjoy some close-ups. See you next time. Bye.